In this video, I will be showing you two handy Visual Studio extensions with which you would be able to make commits, create branches, pull and push your commits to GitHub, and raise pull requests without executing single GitHub command. With no further ado, let's dive in. As a prerequisite for this video, you should have VS Code and Git command line installed in your laptop. You can easily find a video in YouTube on how to install them and configure. You can install VS Code in here and you can install Git in here. Okay, I will open my VS Code editor you could see here and I will install the following extensions. By default, the Visual Studio Code comes with source control extension, which is this one. Let us install Git lens and GitHub pull request and issues extensions. I have Git lens here and I have already installed it. GitHub pull request and issues is the second extension which has already been installed by me. Okay. Let us create a GitHub repository. I have already logged into my GitHub and I hope you have already have an idea on what is GitHub and Git. In brief, GitHub is a platform and cloud-based service for software development and version control using Git, allowing developers to store and manage their code and makes collaboration and distributed development seamless. I have already created a default GitHub demo repository with all the default configuration. So now let us see how we can pull this locally. Let's go to VS Code. So in here, now if I open source control, so I will initialize the repository. This will create a .git folder in the repository. Now in my local laptop, as I have created the folder, if I hop over to the source control extension, I could see a couple of options such as branches, commits, remotes, and so on. Let's add our remote repository by clicking on remotes in here and create a new remote. And let's give it a name. This is how we would like to refer to this remote repository. Most commonly it is origin, but you can name anything as you please. Let us provide the URL for the remote. So this is the remote URL. So we will say add remote and fetch. So I have the origin here. So I have one branch which is main in the origin. So if I create another branch here, and if I do a fetch, you can see that the temp branch is available here now. Okay, let us switch to the main branch locally. Locally, we should give it a name, whatever you would like it to call it. You could see its upstream branch, which means commits that were done locally in this branch. When they are pushed to remote, the upstream branch in which it gets pushed is this one, that is main. Okay, so I will say local branch. So in the branches, you could see I have a local branch and its upstream is main branch. Its upstream is main branch. Fine then, I have the readme file which came from the main. You could see the description was optional in GitHub demo, which is exactly the content that is present in the readme file here. So let us make some changes. Let's save it, Command S, and let's go to the source control. It is already showing us that there is one change. So in the changes, we have a change that needs to be added to the staging area. So I will add all the changes. Now in the staged changes, I could see the change that I have added. Now I have to commit it. I need to write a message here saying, and I have made a commit. Now I need to sync this with a remote branch. So push one commit to the origin/main means to this main the commit will be pushed here. So if everything is successful, I should see whatever I have written in the readme file. So before that, it will ask you to authorize to GitHub from the VS Code. I have already logged in to GitHub in my browser. So I would say authorize. So the commit was done. Let us see. If I refresh, you can see making some changes. This is something that I have run, that I have written here. Okay. Now what I will do, I will create a local branch, a definite branch, and I'll modify some changes and push this branch to remote. Let us see how we can do that. So in the branches, I have one branch. I will create another one. I will create it and I will switch to it. Now I can publish the branch, but before publishing, I would like to make some changes. So I will create a new file. Don't worry, it is just only in this branch, a text file. Now we'll go here and we have some modified changes. I will add them and I will write some message. I will commit it. So we have committed it. Now we need to publish the branch because the local branch one doesn't have any remote branch associated with it. But you can see the local branch has a remote associated with it with origin/main. So let us publish this branch. Okay, now it is requesting us to raise a pull request with local branch 1, obviously to any other base branch. Most probably it would be main branch. First let us see whether the branch is present here or not. For now it's showing 2 branches. We have the local branch 1 added now. So let's go here and now we see there are 3 branches. Local branch 1, temp and main branch. Now we have 3 branches. Okay, so let us create pull request from the VS Code itself. You can see the base branch was local branch and the merge branch is the local branch 1. But let us say it's main branch. Okay, and I will create the pull request. So this is how the pull request has been created. We can see the same. Here we don't see any pull request. If I refresh now, there is a pull request. This is the description that I have written. You can see it here. So for better view, my apologies. For better view, yes. Throughout the whole process, we have not used a single git command. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more such videos. Comment in the comment section below for any queries.